morning. Good Sunday morning or good coffee day. I don't know. Let's make some coffee, you guys. Ever since I restarted the, what do you call it? Intermittent fasting. I'm so hungry. So we're also going to have a snack. So let's get to making coffee. And then normally I just fill up the amount of water that I'm going to be drinking out of my mug. It helps when you're doing the van life. I just pour this amount into my kettle, heat that up. I don't heat up any extra. And I don't have to worry about over pouring when I'm doing the pour over. Alrighty. Yeah, I'd love to put some music in the background, but I don't want to get that copyright. Oh, somebody's here. Good morning. I'm talking with Boomer. Hey. Hey there. I know you told me. I think Lance. I'm sorry, I forget names. Yeah, Lance. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Okay, let's see. No, I'm not in the van. I'll take road trips here and there, but I'm in a house. I have to get my van situated and get it road ready, so I don't have everything in there yet. Let's see. While the coffee is brewing, I'm gonna make myself a peanut butter sandwich because I wake up so hungry. Let's see. Teresa, hi. You're having coffee too, nice. Like a peanut butter sandwich. Oh my gosh. So I started doing intermittent fasting again, and I am just so hungry. Every time I wake up, I am so hungry. Let's see. There we go. So what are you guys up to this weekend besides joining me for coffee? Are you cold? Yes, actually I am cold. It was probably mid-50s this morning inside the house, and I turned the heater on, so it's kicking on. It's now like 63 in the house, but outside it was in the 40s, and it was kind of rainy, drizzly. Not too bad, but it's chilly. It is chilly. And then what's it? 2-3 days ago, it got up to almost 100. It's like bipolar weather. I don't know. So it was starting to warm up, and now it's cold again, cold and rainy. But yeah, I'm cold. Let's see. I don't know. I don't think I have such a good memory, but I try to repeat the name over and over in my head, and I'm like, okay, Lance. And then I go blank. I'm in Oklahoma right now. let's see. Yeah, I'm in Oklahoma, about an hour north of Texas. Yeah, it's like an hour north of Wichita Falls, Texas. Let's see, you deliver with the gig apps. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like super bipolar weather. I don't know what's going on. As long as it doesn't get extremely hot and humid for summer, that would be awesome. So you deliver, I don't know, you do like overnight, early morning. I've been doing, I restarted DoorDash. I've done that a couple days now. And I've only been doing it lunchtime. I know like dinner time gets really busy, but I'm not trying to do all that. Last time I lived in Oklahoma, I was doing it for like 10 hours a day, 5-6 days a week, and I was making really good money, but I'm not trying to push myself like that. Okay, you're in Tennessee. Because I'm the only 10 you see, huh? Anytime I hear Tennessee, I always think of that one. Because you're the only 10 I see. Near Nashville. Okay, early mornings only from 6 to 10. Yeah, I tried it. I tried it super early, but there wasn't a lot. There wasn't a lot here. It's not a very big city. It's a good size for me, actually. Not too much traffic. It has everything I need. I think it's like 90,000 population, something like that, which is still a pretty good amount, I think, but not too crazy, not like one of these huge major cities. Yeah, I just do it from about 11 to 2. I'll get a few orders, not that much, but we'll see. I just restarted that with DoorDash. Yeah, you guys, I'm so hungry. The stuff that entertains me, you guys, is crazy. I'm easily entertained, I guess. And my coffee's almost done. So what kind of coffee and how do you guys take your coffee? What are you guys drinking right now? Regular coffee? You prefer the breakfast cloud? Yeah, the breakfast. Yeah, I prefer lunch only because I like to take my time in the mornings, get up, get around, get my coffee, go to the gym, stuff like that, and then by lunchtime I can do a few hours. Yeah, that's super early. I really did. I tried it one time and one time only to go super early, and I was out there like at 6 in the morning waiting for an order. And I think it was the weekend. I don't know if it was Saturday or Sunday that I tried. Everybody was like, oh yeah, early mornings on the weekends. You know, you get a lot, you get busy. You really didn't. At least what I thought was early morning, I guess it wasn't to them. Because I was out there like 6 in the morning just waiting. I was the only car there too. That should have told me something. And then I waited. I was like, okay, well maybe it's 7. At 7. I'll start at 7. No, not really. I think over here maybe around 9-ish on like early morning. That's about it. go sit you guys over here. Is Cora your partner? She's my partner in crime. She's my daughter. If that's what you meant. Yes, she's my partner in crime. No, I've been divorced since 2020. Yeah, I know. Cora doesn't look like me. I know. She looks just like her dad, actually. But like little bits of me, but she's like identical to her dad. At the moment, no, she's not single. You have two sons, 21 and 27. All right. Actually, I am wanting for her to have older than that. She will be 21 actually. And they might be a little too young for her. She likes older too, so. I probably should have dated older, but I didn't. Her dad was only like four-ish years older than me. I thought that was old at the time. Now that I'm older, I realize it's not. You go to bed early and get up naturally before 5. Yeah, my brain will wake me up between 2 and 3 in the morning, or sometimes like between 3 and 4, and I'll just wake up. I don't know if it's because you have to use the restroom or you just wake up. Sometimes it's around 4-ish and I hear the birds. I'm like, oh, what time is it? It has to be 4 or 5 in the morning because the birds are just chirping and singing away. Yeah, I can, but this is what well, I don't know if you guys get the notification or it just looks weird, but when I turn the phone sideways when I'm doing a live, it tells me to turn it back around because it doesn't work. But let me show you. I don't know if you guys can, if that matters. I get orientation is locked, rotate device back is what comes up, so I probably look weird. But, yeah. So in the live, I can't. I really can't do that. You wake up and then you go to bed at the same time. Oh my gosh. And you're never tired? Wow. You're a creature of habit. Never. I try to go to bed. Well, I start getting tired like, I don't know, 8 o'clock. I'm like, oh man, I'm getting sleepy. I guess as soon as like the actual sun goes down and it's been about an hour or so, I'm like, I'm tired. But sometimes I go to bed, and then when I go to bed, all I do is just think. So I'm just like laying there, like just thinking about the future, tomorrow, what happened today, what passed, whatever. And then sometimes I don't actually sleep till probably past like 10, 11. Splenda and oat milk. I try to make my own oat milk. Ooh, that's hot. Wow. I've tried maybe like 3 times to make my own oat milk. Holy cow, look at that. Yeah, that was hot. One time it was so mushy, it like slimy. I don't know if I did it wrong. Maybe I let it sit there too long. And then one of the oatmeal bags was really thick and I couldn't squeeze the stuff out. So I gave up. And then I don't really put anything. It's just like plain coffee and plain creamer. That's it. But as far as flavoring and everything, before I would put like vanilla. Sometimes I would try out like I was gonna say cinnamon. I don't put cinnamon. Like hazelnut, just different type of flavors. Peppermint. I would try different ones, and they would be good. But now I just stick to just basic regular. And then the only other kind of, besides just plain sugar, cane sugar, I tried the different kinds, the Equal, the Splenda, all that. I prefer Splenda. How do I like my Blue Eddy? I think it's awesome. It's awesome. I've done some testing to it and I showed a couple videos, but I want to do like a whole 24-hour test to my little fridge or to the freezer and see how that would work. See if it holds up. You have the 3600. Wow. Wow. That sounds extremely powerful. Holy cow. So would you have to power that you ended up choosing a 3600 one? The only thing now is I need solar. I need the solar panels and then to hook them up and set them up on top of my minivan. So I'm looking for a 200 watt panel. These allergies are kicking my butt. I don't know if you guys started getting allergies yet, but I have. My eyes are like irritated and runny nose. But yeah, if you have any recommendations on solar panels that I can put on top of my minivan, that would be awesome. So I was looking at, I think it was Bougie RV, and they had some solar panels. They have one that's one of their newer ones that's a 200 watt panel. It's supposed to be more compact, more powerful, something, but it's about $200 for the 200 watt panel, which I thought was pretty good, like $1 a watt. So I'm curious to know like which panel people have and what they recommend. Some of these off-brand ones. Good morning, good morning. Let's see. Oh, you charge it at the dealership. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, back when I did full-time, I would just keep my eye out to see who had some plugs that you could use it. Our hub would be Jack in the Box over in San Diego. We had the little Jackery. And now Cora has the Jackery. But that's what we would plug and charge it while we went in there. Yeah, but for now, I think, unless I do get them sometime soon, the solar panels, and have somebody help me attach them, because I don't feel competent or confident to know how to attach that stuff. I don't want it to fly off the roof, but I just figured if I'm taking road trips, it'll be like a day trip or like a couple day trip, or if I'm going from Oklahoma to California, which I plan to do, I think the end of July. I have, my niece is getting baptized, so I'm gonna go the end of July. But of course I'll be around family, so I can just plug my stuff there. I don't really need to take anything, because I'll just do like a straight shot. Couple days really, not a straight shot. That's too much to drive for me. But I'll split it into a couple days and I just drive all day long. And then I get there and they have everything available for me. So I don't really need to worry about charging. But besides that, I could always charge it as I'm driving, because it's a long drive. So I still don't know what kind of solar panel to get, but I'm thinking maybe that Bouge RV. The lawnmower, it doesn't seem as powerful as the gas powered ones that I've had, because I've had some, like, I don't even know what size they were, but they were very powerful. And this one seems like it cuts and it does the job, and I can recharge the battery. So all that is cool, but it doesn't seem like it just trying to demolish my yard like the other ones. So maybe that's a good thing. And then it does last about 30 minutes on the one battery. So what I do is just kind of trim around whatever has like overgrown, because not the whole grass, not the whole yard has like super tall grass. So all I've been doing is just going over through the taller patches, and then go to the front and try to do a little bit there too. But right now it hasn't really gone too crazy, so it's been working out pretty good actually. I'm not trying to mow more than like 30 minutes. I don't feel like it. I don't know. I'm too lazy. I don't want to do it. Sometimes I still like, oh, maybe I should just pay somebody to mow my yard, but that gets too expensive. I know it costs like 60 to 80 bucks for somebody to come mow and weed eat. I'm like, that's a lot. That's a lot. And that's every like 2 to 3 weeks. So yeah, I'll get used to it for sure. Oh, okay. I think it works better, especially for the ladies that aren't like mechanically knowledgeable, or just don't want to mess with all that stuff. Because I know I would spill stuff everywhere. Good morning, Cindy. I would spill stuff everywhere, and then every once in a while, like one of those little spark plug things needed to be changed out or cleaned out. Then you need to do a service on it, and then like sharpen the blades or change the blade. I didn't want to do any of that, so I just chose the electric one. I was like, nah, forget it. Even if it takes me a couple days to mow my yard, or even the same day, but I'll just do like the 30, 40 minutes the one day, and then either do the front or the back one day, and then the next the other day. Like it, I don't mind. Oh, okay. Yours has the cord. Mm. I wonder if that's more powerful. I don't know. You drink your coffee black, light to dark bean flavor. Yeah, my favorite so far has been the breakfast blend. I really like the breakfast blend. I don't really like the dark roast. It just seems more like an espresso flavor. I don't really do the flavored coffees anymore either. Unless I go to like some fancy coffee shop, and then I'll get some kind of like nice cold drink, some cold coffee with flavorings and the whipped cream and all that stuff. But that's more like every once in a while. I don't do that all the time. Yeah, it's just peanut butter, bread and peanut butter. Man, I wake up so hungry. So I started doing that intermittent fasting again, and I was doing it from noon to about 6 p.m. And that seemed to work okay. The first few days I felt like, oh my God, I have to eat everything, because at 6 o'clock, like that's it. Like my brain was just like, so I'm like trying to scarf up everything, and I felt so full. I was eating way too much the first couple days. And then I was like, okay, calm down, calm down. Nobody's gonna take your food away. It's still there, it's still available. And then I just started eating kind of regular, having my lunch or a snack and then dinner. But yeah, I don't know why I felt that way. Like it's a cutoff. Like I have to hurry. I have to eat. I have to eat. But now I'm like, man, I wake up so hungry that I just started eating like around 10 instead of noon. And then have my coffee and have like some toast or make myself pancakes or something. I don't know. The brain is crazy. Oh, let me see what you said, Cindy. Yeah, if you don't wait too long in between, you can move up and down quickly. Yeah. Yeah, if I eat too much, I can gain. I can gain real quick. If I don't, sometimes I don't get hungry, and other times I feel like I'm starving. I don't know. It's probably TMI, you guys, but it's probably like the women hormone and time of the month and all that. But there's a few weeks in a row where you're just like, oh yeah, I could eat. I'm hungry, so you know I'm gonna eat. And other times I'm like, oh, I want everything. I want everything. Oh, the grass. If the grass gets too high. Oh my God, yes. Yeah, so I was telling them that right now, how I've been doing it is just kind of like mow spots. So if like some patches get really tall really fast and then the rest of the yard doesn't, I just been concentrating on just mowing those tall patches. And then once the other parts of the grass get a little too tall, then I'll go over that. So I'll just do some spots in the backyard and some spots in the front. That's how I've been doing it right now, just so it doesn't get too crazy. Cora just texted me. Good morning. Good morning, Cora. I'm sure she's not on the live. Let's see. I do my homemade iced coffee. Oh, that's good. If you guys can still see me. Let me see. Sorry, I was texting Cora back. I don't know if it cut off or not. Let's see. You do the homemade iced coffee. When coffee's cool down, I dump it in a tumbler, adult sippy cup. Oh my God. That's funny. Oh, there you are. Hi, Cora. So, I had not really done my own iced coffee before, but like last week or the week before, I don't know, I showed a video on there, and I had extra coffee that I didn't drink, but yeah, I can talk about coffee all day long. So I had some extra, so I just put it in a mason jar, and then I just popped it in the fridge, and I was like, okay, let me try this. See what it tastes like. But it had no sweetener, no creamer, nothing. It was just like, just the black coffee. And then I was like, okay, well, the next morning it was really cold, and I added the creamer and all that. But I tasted it, and I needed some kind of sweetener. And it was really good, but I needed sweetener when it's like the iced coffee. I need some kind of sweetener. With the black coffee, I don't for some reason. I don't know why. Let's see. The coffee club for sure. Yeah. Sissy made us the cold coffee before. I don't really remember it though. You need to try intermittent fasting. Yeah, I recommend it. With the intermittent fasting, you don't really need to go on any specific kind of diet. You don't need to even cut off all the good food that you already eat. You just eat within a time frame. Normally it's like a 8-hour window, 6-hour window, it just depends on you. But like, you know, you can do it from like 10 a.m. to about 6 p.m. If you're the type that likes to eat a little bit later, then you can do like noon to 8. And, you know, just within that window frame, you'll have your lunch and you'll have your dinner. And if you get hungry, maybe like a snack or coffee or something in between. And then that's it. You wait till the next day. It takes some adjustment, but I like it because it just automatically cuts extra calories that you're not just like eating all the other, you know, midnight snacks or super early eating whatever. It eliminates a lot of hours that you just don't eat. So that alone just gives you less calories. Let's see, you've done that too. Just black, it's good depending on the flavor and brews. Yeah. Yeah, it just seems like, I don't know why, but with the cold coffee, I just need to have a little bit of extra flavor. Even like the whipped cream on top and mix it is just so, it's more rich, more creamy. I like it. Speaking of dieting, I think I should donuts this morning. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it sounds like you're spoiled on top of spoiled for sure. That's good. You should be spoiled. But, you know, it's not spoiled rotten. It's just people treating each other nicely. You know, that's how it should be with everybody. So I'm glad they're being really nice. How's the dogs, Cora? Intermittent fasting does work. I'm doing it too. I do 12s and then home gym workouts. Okay. Yeah, it really does. It really does help. And then, I mean, you can still eat whatever you want, as much as you want. If you want to go more restrictive and only eat certain things, and you can do that too. But intermittent fasting is just basically eating within a, you know, a time frame, a window of time that you want to eat. Like, that's it. You got your donuts too, huh? Oh man. Especially if you're up that early, you want some kind of donuts and croissants, something. I'm about to get off the live and go to the thrift store and take care of these dogs. Love ya. Alright, yeah, text me later, Cora. Love you too. Bye. Whoa! Cindy, thank you. Coffee's on you. Awesome. Cheers, Cindy. Thank you so much. Wow. Every time somebody donates, like, I even forget that people can, like, do the super thanks and all that stuff here. It just, like, pops in your face, and I'm like, whoa, thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I'm starting to get warm now. Coffee's kicking in, the heater kicks in. Food in my system. But yeah, unfortunately I can't twist the camera for you guys, because I like it better like on that kind of angle too. You guys can see what I see. A whole bunch more. Holy moly. Yeah, I'll be adding that to my coffee preps, Cindy. So thank you. I like to have extra coffee on hand. But coffee is weird because supposedly it doesn't last like years and years and years. So I don't know. Is it kind of like bleach? You forget half the time you turn the camera. But see, what's cool now is that you can get you can watch the videos like really, really long just on the regular phone now. At least on my phone you can. And people don't have to film the other way. So that's pretty cool too. On the regular videos, I don't know how it is on the lives. Oh man, this morning it was like 44 degrees here. with like light rain. It was cold. Yesterday it was cold. It was chilly, not cold, but it was chilly. And then like I have to turn the little space heater on today. So I got the space heater going right there. And then I closed off that curtain to the living room. I closed off the bedroom so I could just like heat in here. So that way I don't use up too much electricity. But that heater will tell me the temperature that's in here, and it said I think 56 or 58 degrees. It was inside. I think it was 58 degrees. I'm like, oh, it's cold. Now it's 63. Oh, oh boy. Let's see. Maybe before you start the live next week, you can already have it sideways. It doesn't let me. Even if I started sideways, it'll tell me to flip it around. That's only good for like videos that I've already made and edited and then I post them. This way it won't let me. You have to stop drinking by 3 p.m. Can you not sleep? It won't let you sleep? Maybe decaf, Cindy. Maybe decaf. Or have just a tea. Just to have like something warm. I know people that have quit coffee and tea and all that. They, just because they have that habit and they want something, they just heat up. Oh, your body jerks. Whoa. Too much caffeine. Oh man. So people will just heat up just regular water and then just sip on that, and then it just, I'm assuming it tricks their brain. But when they just have quit all the caffeine and everything. Let me see. And your body jerks. Oh my gosh, Cindy. So maybe like a month ago, I think I was overdoing it on the coffee, and Cora was still here, and I was like, Cora, I don't know. I feel anxious. I feel it's weird. Like I'm having some like anxiety feeling. I don't know. I'm not sad. I'm not like worried about anything. I don't feel depressed. I don't know what it is. I'm just like, oh, I'm feeling something, Cora. Okay, turns out I was having too much coffee, you guys. I was like, okay, I won't have coffee in the evenings then. I'll just have my morning, tall tumbler of coffee and then just call it good, because I was just like, oh my God, what is this feeling I'm having? Like, Jesus, help me. Yeah, it's called too much coffee. Yeah. So I kind of understand what you're saying, and you get all with the jerks. Let me see. In California, summer is upon us. Low 80s. Wow. Wednesday, 90, 92. Dang. Are you in Southern Cali or Northern Cali? Well, a few days ago, it got to like almost 100 here. The weather went crazy because we were having nice days in like the 70s, and then all of a sudden it went up to like 90 something. And then there was some kind of tornado that was going around, not here, but in close to Oklahoma City. They had some in Kansas, and then I think they had some in Texas too. And then so the weather was just crazy. And it spiked up to like super hot and humid, and then the following day it cooled off to the 50s and 60s like it is now. So yeah, I don't know, bipolar weather for sure. Let's see. I could feel and hear my heartbeat. I can picture you now, Cindy. Oh my God. But at least you knew what was going on. I was so clueless. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, Cora. Yeah, too much caffeine. It was crazy. because I was having the coffee early in the morning. Then sometimes I felt like having coffee in the evening, and then I would get like make a tea also, and it was like colder weather. That's my excuse, huh? Colder weather, but oh man. Okay, you're in Bakersfield. Yeah, yeah, that gets hot. That gets hot. No wonder I freaked out listening for sounds outside my van. Oh my god, Cindy. That probably was it. That probably was it. You already had that scare, and then you're having too much caffeine, and then every like little sound just. Oh god, what is that? Lex, happy Sunday. How are you? Happy Sunday to you too. I'm good. I'm good. I'm enjoying coffee, talking to you guys. I'm finally warm. It's 64 degrees in the house now, plus my coffee, and I've been eating, so I feel good. Yeah, how are you guys doing? How am I adjusting to the quiet house? All your kiddos are grown, but only some have left. Let's see. I miss them terribly once I'm all alone. Yeah. Um, I've been used to having more of a quiet house for many years. The only time it gets really loud is whenever Cora would come home after school, and then of course every how do I put that? Like we didn't have dogs or her whole childhood. We didn't have dogs. We had two before the two that she has now, but I was used to just it being quiet because it just was me. She was in school. Her dad was in. Oh, hi Vanessa. Her dad was either in the army or truck driving, so he was always gone. So it was just me. So I'm kind of used to it. But like after having Cora as a grown up and she's out of school and she's with me practically 24/7, it is a little bit of an adjustment, but I enjoy the quiet and the solitude. I really do. Until I don't, and then I need to go out and go do something and mingle a little bit, and then I'm like, ugh, okay, enough. Okay, I need to go back to my cave, my solitude. So the adjustment is not bad, only because um, I've lived in different areas away from my family, my side of the family, because most of them are in California. So I've always lived like overseas or in around military bases, and I've been away, so I'm just used to being by myself. Let's see. New district cutoff, considering south, I guess. You're 2 hour. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how it is in Bakersfield as far as like. Well, shoot, I don't even know if you were a nomad or not. I just assumed, right? Because a lot of people that watch my channel are nomads or they do like part-time van life. But I just assumed. I don't know if you do that or if you live in a regular house. But I was gonna say like parking, as far as like parking your vehicle if you actually do live full time in the LA area and San Diego area, there's so much parking and you just kind of blend in with everybody. Everybody, you can spot everybody that lives in their vehicle and they just park anywhere. Anywhere, it doesn't matter. So if you're thinking, where am I going to park down there? There's plenty. If you're a nomad, I don't know if you are. Even like in neighborhoods, there's always apartment complexes everywhere, and that's where to park. But you need to find your spots early. But yeah, when we were out there, we were near one of my brother's house, and he's over by Burbank and Sun Valley area, and we would park near where his city is, and parking everywhere, everywhere. And we would just be close to wherever the Planet Fitness was, because there's not a lot of Planet Fitnesses that way. At least like in the big major areas that we were at. I was kind of shocked actually that there wasn't more. You always enjoy your own company. Yeah, definitely have something to do. That helps. Like I enjoy watching movies, watching shows, but you can only do that for so long. I enjoy listening to music, but again, you can only do that for so long. So having some kind of hobby or like some kind of part-time job or something to do, like that has actually helped a lot. And especially now that I restarted doing DoorDash, like I keep myself a little bit busier. Okay, you live in a house, just converted your van to a hotel camping. It's a Toyota Sienna. Oh yeah, Sienna Squad, 2014. I called it Hotel Sienna. Yeah, that's a good one. I know they have a, oh, what is that? Hotel, there was a Hotel Prius, I think somebody called it. There was some YouTube channel. I think maybe that's what they call it. Hotel Prius, Prius Hotel, something like that. Because I had a Prius before I had the minivan. Before I had my Sienna, and I would like check out all those videos of people living in cars and Prius and all that. And I think there was one called Hotel Prius. But I have to have a van. A car is like emergency living, and if I'm going to an actual campground where I can like put a tent and spread out, because just in the car I couldn't do it. It was not for me. Yeah, Hotel Prius. Yeah, that was pretty cool. There's a lot of people that have like gadgets up the wazoo, and they have everything. And you haven't named your van yet? Oh, you should. Maybe you should take votes. Take votes on what to name your van. I think you said you have a Ram, right? A Ram. We had a pickup one time that was also a Ram. It was a Ram 1500. And one of my brothers would love to like nickname cars and different things. And he called my pickup, he named it Ramona. So whether you consider it a male or a female, Ramon or Ramona, you can, if it's a Ram, there's you an option. But I have officially named mine Should Hit the Fan Van. Even though at first I was doing Van Dam, but I was still kind of iffy. And then also like Adventure Van and my Everything Van. I don't know, but I think officially now I have named it SHTF Van. Should Hit the Fan Van. You just kept your billet simple, spacious, and light. Yeah, that's how I like to do mine too. I don't even like to put like my window covers until I need to put my window covers, because I like all that natural light, and I like to see when I'm driving too. Ram procrastinator. Oh, that almost sounds like a Terminator. The procrastinator. You have to say it like that on your videos though, like a Terminator. This is the Ram procrastinator. You have a small hatchback you use for road trips. No, yeah. Those are like the stealthiest. The little cars, the minivans, the station wagons, just all that. It's just super, super stealthy. Especially if you don't have like all the stickers and make it obvious, if you don't have the solar panels and the bike rack hanging and all, you know, all the goodies. If you don't have any of that, you're like super stealthy. Nobody even knows. The only reason why I think people know that we were living in there, or it is because our license plates were from Oklahoma and we were in California. So I'm like, that's a dead giveaway. Like your license plate from somewhere else. Like, okay, maybe they're living there. And then you get a little closer and you're like, oh, there's no seats in the back. Okay, yeah, they're definitely living there. And sometimes you see the curtain. I'm like, oh yeah, they live there. They live there. But yeah, I get excited. I get super excited whenever I see the curtains and I know that people are living there. Especially, you know, whenever it's by choice, obviously, right? I get excited for them. I'm like, heck yeah, go live your best life. Go do your thing. I get excited for people. Because I know I get excited, you know, doing my adventures in there. I'll be back. Oh my gosh. Some of the good old movies, huh, Cindy? I just have to watch those older movies because some of these new ones I just can't get into. I like to watch a lot of like the Sylvester Stallone, the Steven Seagal, Jean-Claude Van Damme, a bunch of the Terminator movies. Good morning, good morning. Another actress I really love too is Kathy Bates. She is so funny. I really like her. I was watching a movie. I'd never seen it, but with the Roku TV, it like opened up a whole new world for me. You can get all kinds of shows and movies and everything for free, stream for free. Like, oh, my mind was blown away. Oh my gosh, Cindy, I'm super excited for you. You're gonna retire in May. It's official. You gonna be doing some road trips, or are you gonna stay in the same city you're in? Because as soon as I saw that, I was playing you on my big screen, and I was like, oh my gosh, she better come see me if she's in Oklahoma. Like I have a big driveway or a long driveway where you could put like 2 cars or 2 vans or something. So there's plenty of room for you to park here. You can come chill with me for a day, 2, 3, however long you want to stay, and just explore here. I was like, whoa. She is about to go on some gnarly road trips and go see, I don't know. Where do you want to go, Cindy? So I was about to say the Grand Canyon popped in my head, but I don't know where you want to go. The same city for a while? Okay. Yeah, if you get a chance to come through here. Yeah, I'm pretty close to the I-40. Probably like an hour-ish away from the 40. You gotta go south. But I don't know, there's a lot of nomad meetups. So if I happen to go to one that you go, we'll probably see each other there first. I'm gonna be going to the one here, Lollapalooza, I don't know, in Abilene, Texas. I'll be going there in October. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to go there, or you were talking about going to the one in Oregon. During the best weather, girl, the best weather is in California. The best weather is in California, or like right now. Right now would be a good weather. So like spring and fall time. Unless you like it extremely hot and humid, then summertime. And then if you like it icy and snowy, wintertime. What's your best weather? To me, the best weather is Southern California, hands down for me. Like that is almost, if there's such thing as perfect, that would be where I would go. I mean, that would be not where I would go. That would be what I would consider the perfect weather. My pops and I did at least 1.5 years. So many videos and oh, nice. You came full circle and have the Toyota Sienna. Oh, that's so many great memories. That's awesome. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Now, the only time we would go camping is just like to and from wherever we needed to go. My mom and my dad would put I'm pretty sure it was a twin size bed in the back of a pickup bed. Of course, they had the shell camper on top of it. But we would go to Vegas a lot, and then we would go down to Baja in Mexico, and he would drive at night because it was less traffic. But us kids would be in the back, and first part of the road trip, we would just be jumping. It would be myself and then my two brothers at the time. They were 2 years and 4 years younger, and we would go crazy in the back. My mom would hook us up with a ton of snacks and drinks, and we would just be there, just bouncing, and we never got in trouble. They already know they had crazy kids, some wild kids. And then we got tired because it was nighttime, right? We would get tired and then zonk out, and then whenever we would wake up, we were already in Vegas, or we were already like wherever we happened to be to our destination, and time passed like super fast when you go to sleep, right? But yeah, these little kids, crazy kids jumping in the back of a pickup bed. And then my mom had, there for the longest time, she had a Blazer, and it would be similar. She would go down to Mexico all the time, and I would be in the front seat because I was the eldest. So I would be handing her snacks and getting drinks and talking to her, managing the radio stations, putting in her cassette tapes of whatever music she wanted. And then my brothers would be in the back eating all kinds of snacks and jumping around. And then one of my brothers, when he would get tired, he would be on the floorboard and he would take a nap right there. It was back before you had to put seatbelts and car seats and all that stuff. And we survived, you guys. We survived. We didn't die. Let's see. The national parks. Yeah, I thought about doing some of those too. Especially like up north, northwest. All those beautiful big mountains and trees and everything. Like, oh man, I want to see some of those big redwoods and all that. That has to be like the size of my house. San Diego weather is my preferred climate. I've been since your childhood, but I love. Yeah, San Diego was awesome. I thought it would be actually more where I was. I was like right next to the beach, but I thought it would be more sunny. So I was born and raised in Los Angeles area, but then this last year we went and we stayed there for quite a few months, and we went down to San Diego area, and we were super close to the beach. And I thought it would be like sunny every day, all day long, but it wasn't. It was so gray and cloudy until like the afternoon, the evening, then the sun would shine. But I was like, man, I thought, I'm by the beach. Where's the sun? Give me some sunshine. But like, it was nice and cool, and no AC needed, for sure. Let me see. Man, my dad would stop the wagon without warning. He didn't tolerate shenanigans. Oh my God. You get your butt whooped, huh? All you siblings. We were crazy wild kids. They let us do everything until my mom had enough, and then she would whoop us. But my dad, he would let us get away with murder. He would let us do whatever. He didn't care. He probably didn't want to bother. He's like, oh, these kids, whatever. You handle them. Yeah, those were the days. Yeah, for sure. Ooh, don't make me turn this boat around. I never heard that. The most that I heard is just my mom just going, wah. No warning, nothing. And I'm like, oh. being smart to my mom or like smacking my lips after she told me to do something or said something and I was being a smart butt. And then all of a sudden, ah, I didn't say that to her face anymore. No wonder you're such a strict bus driver. Yeah, probably. Oh man, as long as they didn't tear up my bus and they weren't like getting too crazy, shoot, I wouldn't care. But yeah, that's probably why, because I grew up a different, we weren't as strict. You have the wild kids that just go outside and play, climb trees, roller skate, even have the skateboard and constantly running over your fingers because I couldn't stand up. Good morning, good morning. I couldn't stand up and ride a skateboard, but I could get on my knees or I could sit on my butt and just kind of hold it. And every once in a while, you run over your fingers and you're like, oh, but then you keep going, trying to be tough and not cry. Strict bus driver. Sit down. Can you picture? I can't even picture Cindy being strict. Yo, man, you look too sweet of a lady to be getting on to people, Cindy. But that would be a nice, I would love to ride your bus and just have conversations and look at all the people in and out of the buses. That would be cool. It must be due to lack of strength in caffeine and coffee. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really like dealing with people one-on-one like that. Less confrontational. I'm just like, mind my business and do my thing. Just don't bother me. Leave me alone too. Oh, thank you. Yeah, red, like, because I have like dark hair probably. It just like pops. Cindy needs to take the double shot espresso, her keto coffee times 10 for her bus rides. Man, I don't know how you do it, Cindy. That is a big rig. I get so intimidated. Like anything bigger really than a pickup or a minivan, I'm just like, oh God, how am I gonna drive this? I hope I don't run over stuff. And I end up running over curves every time I turn, so yeah. I'm bulletproof. You say don't breathe until I get my cup in. Oh man, you ask Cora, I've had those days where I'm just like, just looking at her like side eyes, like shut up. She's like, what's wrong, Mama? Why are you so wrong? Oh, you haven't had your coffee yet, have you? You haven't had your coffee yet. I'm like, no, leave me alone. Then once I have my coffee, I'm all like, ah. She's like, oh God, oh yeah, you had your coffee now. So, blah 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 blah. But yeah, it's been I think it's only been a handful of times. If you ask her, it's probably a daily thing. I'm grouchy before my coffee. But don't believe her. Don't believe her. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I I don't think you're scared of too many things, Cindy. At least not them big rigs. Do you have a CDL? Can you drive like a actual semi? I get so scared. There was a one time, I don't know if Cora went with us or not, but I was with my ex, Cora's dad, and he parked somewhere at a fuel station, a truck stop. He was about to fuel, and so he gets out the truck and starts walking off, I guess to go tell him whatever, back in the day where you had to probably prepay or tell him something. And then all of a sudden I start feeling something like weird, something move. It starts rolling back. And I'm freaking out, like, oh my God, what do I do? I'm not trying to touch anything. I'm not trying to do anything because I don't want to mess up the truck. I don't want to be stranded. And I was like, it's moving. It's going back. What do I do? Press on the brake. Duh. I was just like, the 3 seconds of horror in my mind. I was picturing the worst. Because normally they'll park right behind you to, fuel up. And there's like, the semi, the fuel island, and then there's a semi behind you. And I didn't want it to hit nothing. I was freaking out for like a whole 3 seconds or a minute until I actually pressed the brake, and then it worked. It stopped. So I don't know if you didn't fully press, there's like a little buttons or something that you gotta press and pull for it to have like the actual air brakes, but I pressed on the actual foot brake. Oh, I was so scared. Maybe that's what scared me, and I don't want to even attempt to drive anything bigger than that. You've had that feeling in the car that I wasn't moving, but the rig next to me was. Oh my God. Oh, I felt that too. Like I don't know if your sight and your brains, they start playing tricks on you, and it does look like you're moving, but it's the other one pulling off or something. Yeah, I've had that too. Let's see. Can you believe I'm parked at a storage? It's peaceful. Yeah, actually I can. We used to do that before we left. That was the storage unit that we had for like a month or two before we left to California. That was the nicest storage unit. It was so peaceful. Of course, they let you go in and out everywhere. You just like do the little key code thing. You go in, you take your time, do whatever. And nobody bothers you. And then we had outlets. We would cook in our rice cooker. we were being extra in that storage facility, but nobody ever said anything to us. We were taking full advantage of what we were paying for monthly. Let's see, I had that feeling with stick shift. Oh my God, yes. When I first learned how to do the stick shift, that would be my paranoia, to just, you roll back, and I didn't want to hit nobody. I was, God, barely in your teens when you get your license and everything, and I would be so scared. After the longest time, I actually learned, you can feel the clutch, and there's like a little sweet spot there that you won't roll back. I didn't know that then, and I would constantly be rolling back and then like super stomp on the gas so I don't go nowhere. Oh, it was crazy. Yeah, I would cook there for sure. We would plug it in, we would charge our phones, and then the rice cooker, oh my God, that was our saving grace. We would cook soups, we would do rice, we would do all kinds of stuff, reheat the canned soups, and yeah, that was our place. And we would find a shady spot and we would park there. That was cool. Then we would take our stuff out, reorganize, switch stuff out. That was nice. I'm surprised they never said anything, because there's constant there's cameras everywhere, so they know what you're doing. They just didn't care. On Tubeland, YouTube, I noticed not all, but very few nomads are getting a little land, putting a shop. Repairs. Yeah, I think if you can afford to purchase some kind of property, then you should definitely do it. Because even just like in the middle of nowhere as your backup, because you never know if you get sick, if well, everybody knows that you're gonna get older, so you won't be able to just go riding around and do that lifestyle. Maybe you don't want to. Maybe you get tired of it. So people are starting to realize the older they get, they want to have more settled down, something where they can at least stand up. A lot of the people that live in their vehicles, they can't even stand up, and that's such a luxury. I think it's nice to be able to stand up. Let's see. You don't have an outlet there. Ah, oh, that sucks. The one U-Haul storage, we rented that when we first moved here many moons ago. Um, because they gave us a deal like a free month, and then we paid for another month while we were looking around for the previous house that we lived in. But they actually had an outlet. They had the light, a light bulb inside each unit, and then they had an actual outlet inside the little unit. So that was really cool. Some of these places don't even have that. It's just it's just bare a box, like that's it. But that one was cool. And then the one that we went to, like I made videos about that. That one on in the hallway between the units, that's where the plugs were. But they didn't have like lights and outlets inside your actual little storage box. It was just in the hallway. Yeah, there's so many fun memories. Like if you guys were actually sitting in front of me and we were all together, oh my god, the stories we could tell each other, that would be so much fun. But yeah, I think if people can afford it, which in reality, I think everybody can afford it, especially if you happen to meet other people, you get along with them, and you go in together. Like even two people together or a whole group together goes in and buys a few acres, somewhere even in the desert or somewhere in the mountains, and each of you puts your own little shed there. You kind of have to be in the middle of nowhere, so like the codes or the rules or whatever, they don't hassle you because you're not in an actual house and you're not tied to the grid and all that. But like if you're more in the middle of nowhere, yeah, like a like-minded type of community for sure. You can have your compound, right? Call it whatever you want, nomad land. That's what I've always thought of because I'm always into um, these Armageddon shit hit the fan type of movies. I like all those thrillers and what ifs and all that stuff. So like my mind just starts going crazy and wild. And then I'm like, oh, it would be so cool. I can have my shed, my little tiny house, or even a trailer. Cora can have hers, and then my siblings, if they want to, they can have that, and then blah blah blah. Like that would be so much fun. And then if it's big enough, if you're not all cramped together, if it's big enough, then you guys have your own space. If you want to be left alone, you can be left alone. If you want to meet and greet and join up at a little campfire, then you can do that too. I think that's awesome. But yeah, I have seen a lot of videos where just about everybody, especially after the pandemic, people started to really see the necessity of like some kind of home base or something. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to see the spelling, isn't it? Like you have to like really like. Yeah, also plan in case of a tornado. Yeah, for sure. Like Corey and I talk about that all the time. When she was younger, they mentioned like having kind of like fire drills and all that stuff that they have at school. Well, we would see cartoons and shows and different things like that at home, and then they would be like, "Do you have an evacuation plan? Do you have this? Teach your kids how to do whatever the situation was." So I would practice with Cora. We would make it fun, and she got all excited too. like pretending that they're okay. Maybe if there's a fire, what do we do, Cora? What do we do? And then I would tell her, okay, well, you know, she was really little. If there's a fire, then usually the smoke will go up, so you have to get really low. And so we would just be like crawling, and you know, you have to be careful and don't touch, you know, the walls and the doors. You just kind of put your hand right close to it and see if it's hot, if you can go through it, and you know, then you have to have a meeting point outside. And so ours was like at the corner of the street, down the street. Like that's where we're gonna meet. If we have to get outside the house, that's where you're gonna meet. And yeah, yours was earthquake drills. Yeah, we would have that all the time. Like you get under your desk and you hold on to the leg, and then you cover your head, or you cover your head, or something like that. I remember those. But over here, it's the tornado drills. And then I remember Cora, when she was still in school, they even started having those, what are they called? I don't even know what they're called. Whenever, like, somebody with a gun, some kind of shooting, like how to stay locked up in your classroom, and like if you have a closet, like put all them kids there, and it started to get crazy. Instead of just like a regular fire drill and an earthquake drill, they had like the mass shootings going on, and it got worse. You had the earthquake drills too. Yeah, it seemed like a weekly or monthly thing. I can't remember. I have just like, you know, I have a few memories of school, and one of them, oh my God, that's how you know I'm a fatty. It was the school lunches. Every once in a while, they would have like the awesome coffee cake. Oh, I wanted that, and I learned how to make it. They have the recipe on. You can look it up on Google. And they had the recipe, and I made it once, and it was so good. It brought back so many memories. A little LAUSD coffee cake. Oh, it was so good. Let's see. I was near a tornado once, and I was married to one. Whew. You were married to a tornado, but that's how you guys like them. You like crazy. Y'all like crazy. And then you. Not picking on you, sorry. But it's true. It's true. You guys like crazy, and then you guys are like, ooh, maybe it's a little too crazy. Yeah, I don't know if you guys had that. Yeah, because growing up, we had to get the actual school lunches. They had stuff that they sold, like they sold pizza, and they sold other kind of sandwiches. They even had like Subway, I think, at the time. But that was for the people that, you know, their parents gave them the money to go and purchase whatever they wanted. We were more like a lower budget, so we had to get the school lunches. And then with Cora, we could afford more, and we would pay for her lunches, because now it's like, okay, they put in your income, and you qualify for a reduced lunch, which is like less than $1, I think. And then you pay like the full price if you make over a certain amount of money. And she wanted to eat the school lunches with her friends instead of taking the homemade or whatever. So I was like, man, Cora. So I would have to go and like deposit money into her account and all that stuff. But I would have loved to bring my own lunches or purchase lunch or whatever instead of the school lunches. Like a lot of them are like, she was a little Latina, aka a hot pepper, hot dog for chili. No, cray. Yeah. You learned your lesson now. Yeah, there's no such thing. There's no such thing though. That's just in your head. I think we're all crazy, but some more than others. Yeah, I think if you have to be similar, If you're more more chill, more mellow, then definitely look for somebody that's more chill. But if you're like super hyper, you need that adrenaline rush, like you like to go hiking, adventure, you need somebody that's more upbeat, more like adventurous. Otherwise, you're gonna be like, she never wants to do anything. My God. And then if she's the type that loves to go on adventure and you're more of a homebody, you don't want to do that, then she's looking at you like, ugh, God, he never wants to do anything. So you have to get, similar type of personalities. And that's what I learned because I'm more just like, I like to go and do stuff, but I don't get too crazy. And then Cora's dad was way more adventurous and he would just like want to do all kinds of stuff. And I was like, I don't want to do that. So yeah, you have to get like similar. You have to be similar. But I don't know. I guess opposites attract somehow. I don't know. That's why I said we're all crazy. We're all crazy. I don't know. Yeah, I remember a few years ago, Cora and I were talking about, and we were like, oh, the what if game. Well, what if, or would you rather? So I did a would you rather. Would you rather be homeless and with the love of your life, or would you rather not ever find the love of your life and be rich? And she didn't think twice. She's like, ooh, I want that money. I want to be rich. So that's her personality. Like, forget about love. Give me that money. And for me, it was the opposite. Yeah, I would be homeless with my love. And she looks at me like, oh, you poor, poor lady. Now, yeah, no, I don't want to be destitute with another person. That was a long time ago, you guys. I've grown up mentally since then, so. But then, we got to thinking about it, and, we were both in our minivans or doing the nomad life. And then we're like, you know what, Cora? I ended up getting that wish that I said that I wanted to be homeless with my love. We're houseless, Cora. We're living in our vehicles, and I consider you to be one of my biggest loves. So there you go. We would crack up about that. You miss seeing Cora, Papa, and Olive. I know I do too. Yeah, I miss them. But I'm like, every day we text and talk and everything. Which, yeah. Yeah, the crap we think about, Cindy. I'm the type, I like all these different scenarios. I might never do them, but they're fun to think about. So like, okay, well, what if, even some of those funny ones, like the not really knock jokes, but something within that frame. Would you rather be without an arm or without a leg, or would you rather whatever the thing is? So we got into that, and that's how we came up with that. Like, would you rather be rich and never find the love of your life? Women. Yeah, but now, shoot. You guys, I was just thinking not too long ago where I was like, man, I am left in this house by myself, and the whole goal was for my mom and for Cora to have a place to live. So I was like, okay, well, the only place that I can really afford is back in Oklahoma. So it like dawned on me, like, okay, the point was for them to have a house. Otherwise, I would have never even bothered coming back here. I would have still been in Southern Cali, enjoying the van life. But now that I'm here, like I've really enjoyed the house. I'm really loving just kind of chilling, being able to stand up, having endless running water, all that stuff. So I'm actually enjoying it. But I will need to take a road trip somewhere just to get that fix. And your granddaughter, you play that all the time. It's so much fun. It really is. It's so much fun. It gets your little creativity juices running. And you just never know what the other person's going to be coming up with, what they're going to say, or their reasoning behind why they picked what they picked. Like that's even more that's even more crazy. So who did Cora move with in Texas? She moved with some friends, so kind of like roommates, I guess. So yeah, she's having her adventurous time in Texas now. But she's been wanting to move there ever since we left. So I don't know how old she was. We were there a few times. We purchased a home. Let's see, she did like a little bit of elementary school. She did all of middle school and then part of high school there. So it was like a lot of years we actually lived there all together. So I think because it was that age frame where she has like a bunch of friends and she went to school there and it was just a big part of her life, I think. That's why she loved it there so much. As far as me, it's beautiful, but I get like horrible seasonal allergies. Like right now too, like I wake up and my eyes are so like puffy and irritated, and I don't even bother putting any makeup right now because until like all the blooming has kind of died down, my eyes will just stay super irritated. But Texas was horrible for my allergies. The place that I found that was better like around these areas is here in Oklahoma. Southern Oklahoma has been better for my allergies, even though I still get them, but has been way better, like more mild. And of course the desert and then the West Coast, like I hardly have any allergies there. Oklahoma is where the roots are. My grandparents are from Oklahoma. My papa passed in Allen. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you're an Okie. That's what they call you. You got Okie roots, huh? Yeah. I had a love-hate relationship with Oklahoma. But here I am. And now I actually love it. Now I appreciate it because I can afford to live a nicer life here versus California. So it's not so much love-hate now. Now it's more like a love-love. But boy, years ago, you couldn't have paid me to come back, and then I voluntarily came back. Never say never, you guys. Never say never because I don't know. Life is crazy. Life is crazy that way. Okie roots, yep. Affordable kickback. And the gun laws, yep. Yeah, it's extremely affordable. Very affordable. The only thing for me is the super hot and humid. Like, ugh. I'd rather have it to where it's not that much humidity, but like I could deal with hot, but like humidity is like it's torturous. And then all the mosquitoes, oh Lord Jesus, they love me. They love me. I didn't really have to deal with like such humidity and mosquitoes to the point that I do like here in Texas and all that. Yeah, you can't even go outside and you're like swatting them, and then I have like a bunch of bite marks everywhere and it gets so itchy. Like I just have to stay inside the house. Yeah, dry heat is more tolerable for sure. But go go to Vegas, Cindy. Go to Vegas and then come out of those casinos and you feel like you're stepping into an oven. As soon as you get out of the casinos, you're like Feel the burn. That's one of the memories I remember. Well, every time as kids we would go in and out that nice cold casino, and then you would go outside, and we would go to Circus a lot. So we would get. Oh, you lived there for 2 years. Oh, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, we would constantly stay at Circus because obviously that's where a lot of the kids could play. And then my parents would be downstairs in the casino area, and they'd have these like super big, like cup looking things full of quarters. And then they would send us kids with a bunch of quarters up to the top floor, second floor, whatever it was. And that's where all the kid games were. And then we would have a blast. We would have so much fun. And whenever we ran out of quarters, we would have to hunt them downstairs, and we'd just search everywhere, and then finally find them and ask for more quarters, and then go back and do it again. Yeah, I prefer definitely the dry heat versus humid. That's one thing, like, I prefer that. Even though like hot is hot, but like sticky hot, yeah. Were you a bus driver there too, Cindy? I'm all being nosy, huh? Were you a bus driver? No? Would have been nice. Yeah, you would have, like, you would just go down the strip all the time, right? Do circles and have that nice AC blasting. You would be everybody's saving grace because it was so hot. It would just would love to see you stop. Their streets are just like a checkerboard. Yeah, and it seems like as a grown up, I've been there like a handful of times. I don't gamble, but um, we'll go over there and we'll walk the strip, and then rent a hotel and get in the pool and just kind of go to a buffet or something just to see, like, just to be in the atmosphere. So we've done that, but I remember one of those times we went and it was summertime. I think it was July. Why we went there in July, I don't know. And it was past midnight. We were walking the strip and it was like 102 or 100 and something degrees, and I felt like I was gonna pass out. Me and Cora both were like, oh God, we need to get a drink. We need to go inside somewhere. This is ridiculous. All right, bye. Thanks for stopping by. You gotta do stuff around the house before it hits 80. Yeah, really. Great chatting, had a blast. Well, thank you. Thanks for stopping by. Every Sunday, you guys, I should be here unless, some weird thing happens. So I will see you next Sunday. Let's see what you put. There's a zero down program house called NACA, and missed the video app. Trying to get, okay. Oh, that would be kind of nice. Still in Colorado? Is that still where you want to purchase your home? You could be my neighbor in Oklahoma. Oklahoma, Colorado. Yeah, I would pick Colorado. I won't blame you if you say No, to Oklahoma. Yeah, for now. Okay. Yeah, that would be a good investment too, because just about everybody loves Colorado. Like, if you were to think, oh, where would I want to go? It's not Oklahoma. It's California, Colorado, New York, Florida, even Texas. Texas is way more popular than this. And then later on, you can always sell it or rent it out or something too if you want to move somewhere else. So it's good investments for sure. I heard I was where was this? We were stationed in oh, Fort Irwin. That's like 30 minutes from Barstow, and um, I worked as a grocery bagger at the commissary. And then you don't have like an official um, pay job thing, so you're kind of like a contractor, but you only get tips. So there was one lady that I worked with. She said that she was a mom of a soldier that was there, so she lived with him, and she recommended her son everywhere that he moved. I think he was a sergeant by then, but everywhere that he moved to, every station or post, base, whatever, to purchase a home. And then, live there and pay it down. And then by the time you move a few years later, rent it out. And then purchase another home wherever you go, get stationed next. But by the time you retire 20, 30 years later, most of your homes are paid off, if not close to being paid off. And then you could either sell them or keep renting them. And then, of course, you're like almost guaranteed to get approved because it'll be like the VA loan. And then it becomes rental income too, so your like income goes up. But I thought that was a really good idea. But now, like, the only addition I would do to that is buy a fourplex, not a single family home. Buy a fourplex because it's more for your money as far as like rental income. Let's see, what did you put? Saving that info for my daughter. Zero down sounds like a plan. Yeah, yeah. I think the VA loans can be like a zero down too. But I heard from Dave Ramsey that the VA loans are like one of the most expensive ones because they tack on like different kind of fees or something. I don't know. I'm not too sure, but we did those. That's how we got that one big house in Texas with the VA loan. And then we came across. Oh, you really put $1. Wow. Love from Bangladesh. Well, hello from Oklahoma. Oh, wow. Yeah, they even work with you like closing costs and all that stuff. They have a webinar on certain Sundays. I missed today. Next is 5:20. Oh, okay, okay. What is my country name? United States of America. I'm in the States, in the US. USA. I'm in Oklahoma, north of Texas. USA. Yes. Yeah, so like the VA loans, they're pretty convenient and they definitely help a lot of the military out for sure. And I don't know if it's still up to like 400,000. It might have gone up, like whatever people qualify for, or maybe it depends on your income still. I'm not sure. But in a lot of places, that would buy a really nice house, a duplex, a fourplex. But yeah, I'm like, I'm not buying single family houses now. Like, it has to be at least a fourplex, small apartment complex, or something. But of course, you have to put a nice hefty down payment. Your son has a huge house in Washington, the Air Force. Oh, okay. Did he purchase it or he's like on base? Because I know the military housing, they have really nice houses. Oh my God, they're huge, huge, nice houses. And then Bangladesh. Yes. Yes, I know Bangladesh. Oh, he purchased it. Okay. No, I don't have an iPhone 14. No, I have an older iPhone. Not the new one, no. Yeah, I've not been to exploring Washington. I went through Washington. Like I said before, with Cora's dad, we've gone through like a whole bunch of states, but not actually enjoyed it. So you just drive through it, and then you might stay overnight somewhere at some kind of truck stop, but like that's about it. They're already empty nesters. Oh man. So they bought a huge house and now it's empty. Jeez. I don't know. If I were to buy another house, like a big house with a lot of bedrooms, I would definitely have to pay very close attention to the layout. Am I able to just like split it in half and rent out, a part of it, get like the garage conversion? Sometimes they have like a little mother-in-law house and then rent out the big one. I don't know. I'm looking more for like business wise, more investments, not just to own a house. All right, well, good night. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see, your son Daniel, he's in Hawaii but renting on base. Stephen is in Dallas renting. Are you going to Buffalo Wild Wings? Oh my gosh, I went yesterday. I got me some chicken wings and french fries. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. And you know what's funny? I made a video that I'm going to post sometime later. But what was funny is, I told them my name because they always ask for your name with the order. I took it to go. And I said, Dia. So I come back about 10-15 minutes later, and on the little on my little sack, my paperwork, my receipt, it had DEYA, Daya. And I was just cracking up like, oh my God, is that what I sound like? My name's Daya. Am I country? Like, I think I say it, I don't know, Dia, Daya? Maybe I said Daya. I don't know. So instead of DIA, or even I get DEA, I get my name spelled all kinds of different ways. But yeah, I thought I was cracking up when I actually saw it in the little paper bag that they write your name. DEYA, Daya. I was like, wow, is that what I sound like? Daya. My name's Daya. Yeah, so definitely you have to like what do you call it? Yeah, you gotta look for the investment. What some of those like super rich famous investors, the deal is in the purchase, which I didn't understand until until you have to sell a home, you have to sell something, then you realize you're losing a ton of money sometimes. But if you buy it super cheap or way early enough where it's affordable, and then the prices skyrocket like they have, then you sell it for like double, triple the price, and you're like, that's what you mean. The deal is in the purchase, not the sale. Gotcha. But yeah, thank you, Ileana. That and I'm not sure if Cora's gonna go because I know they have the Buffalo Wild Wings close to where she's at too. But I'm not sure if she's gonna go. If not, then I'm gonna go one more time, maybe next week or next weekend or something, and get some more chicken wings and more French fries. Oh, that I haven't had Buffalo Wild Wings in who knows how long. It's been a long time. So that was a nice surprise. Yeah, like there's so many ways to invest little by little, and it really doesn't take that much. Like I had a comment I saw this morning. Some lady commented where I'm like, she put something about my affordable meals or affordable eat for a few dollars a day or something. She'd been watching some of those kind of videos, the budget frugal meals, and she's like, well, apparently, I'm purchasing way too much food and eating the traditional meals or doing traditional recipes is just too expensive. So I need to figure out a way. And basically, she was like looking at the videos and seeing me put meals together with like very few ingredients or simple ingredients, cheap ingredients, and realizing like, wow, I'm like overdoing it, buying too much. And I don't know if it's like you guys have had that where you like you go crazy grocery shopping and then a lot of that stuff just spoils because you don't even eat it. I've done that so many times before where I'm just craving it maybe that day or I went to the store hungry and I buy all kinds of stuff and then when I get home I don't even want to cook because I'm exhausted. I'm like so you'll go get a pizza or you'll go do whatever. And that's how I used to shop way back when. Load the cart full of hundreds of dollars of groceries and then not eat half of it. Oh my god. Just thinking about some of that stuff is like, what was I thinking? I wasn't thinking. I was just getting whatever I wanted. But now I'm way more strategic and I have to like plan my stuff out a little bit better. And I just stick with like basic foods. But yeah, I just told her that you just have to pick out just like a handful of different fruits and vegetables that you really like, and then like the starches. If you like potatoes or if you like rice or pasta, like pick 2 to 3 of those that you really like and just have those on hand, and then just make meals from it. Like keep it very simple. Shoot, I even forgot I had like the little bit of coffee left. Oh man. Well, you guys, I am done with my coffee. Unless you guys have any other like questions or comments, if you want to put it on here. If not, I will be saying goodbye. And thank you for stopping by. And you guys, I'm getting so much better at these lives. At first, I was like, oh God, what do I say? What do I do? Like, I have nothing to talk about. But I'm so much more comfortable and like more talkative and just talk about whatever and then reply to your stuff, your comments, your questions, all that, and just kind of take it from there. Like, I don't really plan. Like, a lot of people do plan what their lives are. Like, they have a topic or something that they go off of, but I'm just like, I don't know. It's just a coffee chat, and whatever we want to talk about, we'll talk about. But yeah, you guys. Yeah, it's really nice talking with you, Cindy. You know, all you guys keep me going on here, give me like questions and ideas and everything. So I'm super grateful. Otherwise, I'm just like sipping on my coffee, like, ooh, what did I say? Is there a Zumba class? I'm sure there is. I just don't know where. There's several kind of gyms here. I think I may have seen like a spinning class. I don't know if they had Zumba in there. I think there's a few, but I've gone to some of those many years ago and try to learn the steps and how they have like the huge mirror in the front and you're just trying to copy the trainer and you're just like doing all these exercise moves but like dancing at the same time and you're looking all kinds of clumsy until after you go there a few times and then you learn the little routine and then you're like, yeah, I got it. Let's see. I would be slipping everyone with the clumsiness. Girl, we all look crazy in there because you look at that big mirror and we all look crazy. We're like putting one hand here when it's supposed to go there, and then moving this way, and you're kicking the leg, and oh, you be slapping. You probably don't. They probably don't get that close to you, but shoot, if you're the type to twirl and move and boom, sorry, they'd probably put you in the corner, Cindy. You can go over there and slap and kick and troll everywhere. Like just stay like right there, right there. Uh, yeah. I went a few times to that Zumba. Oh my god. So you realize how uncoordinated you are. Cause like when I dance, I don't really know like the official way of dancing. I just do whatever I want. And I probably look crazy. In my head, I'm like, rock it, go, And it's the same little few steps, right? The same little few steps, and I think I'm doing it because you're feeling the music, right? You're like, yeah. Until you have a mirror in front of you and you're doing that, then you're like, whoa. Or you record yourself doing that and you look back and you're like, oh my God, that's what I look like. So, yeah, that's why they say ignorance is a bliss. Don't record yourself dancing. Don't pay attention in any kind of mirror dancing. Just enjoy yourself. Just dance. Put music and dance. Because then you're like, oh no, you'll get self-cautious and you'll really see what you look like dancing. Yeah, super uncoordinated. Did you start going to Zumba yet? Yeah, here I just do the basic 3 different kind of the one for my arm, the one that I sit and I kind of just push back the bar, and it works the butt and the back and a little bit of the leg, so it's all like it all does it in one machine. Ooh, excuse me. And then just the treadmill. I just walk on the treadmill. Those are the only ones that I do. You like step aerobics? Okay. Low impact. So you're not on those little trampolines like, come on. All kinds of jumping. I always wanted to do the spinning because that just looks so intense. I'm like, whew, that would really kick my butt. But every time I ride a bicycle, you get bruised on your behind, and I have to have like those super huge, fat, chunky, super cushion bicycle seats. Otherwise, I can't ride a bicycle comfortably. Like I can't do it. Is this true? Oh, you do? Yeah, the synchronicities. Tracto seat. Huh. Oh, tractor. And then put a pillow, and then put memory foam, and then put something in the back, and then like those beach cruisers. Yeah, the big old fat seats, beach cruisers for sure. But yeah, I look at those synchronicities too. Everywhere I'm like, oh, 1 2 2 2s, 4 4 4s. I'm like, whoa. Or the 1 2 3 4s. And even if they're scrambled, like 1 3 5 4, like, and then a 2, and I'm like, oh, 1 2 3 4. Even if it's all, you just get to noticing all of those. And then I even make them up. I'm like, okay, well, it's 1 1 1 1 4. Ah, that's 4 and 4. Yeah. So I just start making up my own. But they are fun. They're like, ooh, I spotted that. We even we have a group texting with my siblings, and I'll do screenshots, and then I'll send it to them, like all the 1s and all the 4s, or the 1 2 3 4s, and then they'll start doing it too, and they'll send it a lot, and then we'll do, if we happen to catch that the time is 7-11, we'll screenshot that and we'll send it to each other, because one of my brothers that passed away, he would constantly go to 7-Eleven. So we would screenshot that and like send it to each other, and then everybody loves the 7-Eleven text. But yeah, we have like so many of those synchronicities there. They're kind of fun. And for me, I put every time I see 10/22, I'll like screenshot it and send it because that's my birthday, October 22nd. So I'll be here all self-centered, right? Like, I'll screenshot and send it. Everybody know my birthday. Another fun thing I like to do with the numbers is I like to look at the coins and they'll have the years. So if I find a year that like for me it's 81. So if I happen to see a 1981, I'll take a picture and send it. If I see my brother's birth year, then I'll like take a picture of that and send it to our group text. And that's really fun. That's fun. And that's another number thing I do. I mean, you can like make a game out of anything, really. Just how creative can you be? Yeah, one of my older brothers, was born in '69. So if I see the coin that has 69, I'll definitely take a picture of that. If I see 71, and then mine's 81, and then 83, 85, 91, like all these different numbers, and then 2002 for Cora. So all those numbers, it's funny like how you associate numbers and times and just, whatever your memories are, whatever you like, you want to prioritize in your head, whatever, it works. So since you like the synchronicities and the number stuff, do you also watch tarot readings? Every once in a while I will, like with the horoscopes. And I'm a Libra, so I'll watch a few of those. And Cora's a Leo, so those are kind of fun to watch. But a lot of times it's like, oh, who hurt you? And they're always trying to go against you. And I was like, oh, Lord, I gotta get off of those. Give me the happy ones. You're gonna make a lot of money, and you're gonna find your one true love. And they always lie to you. They tell you whatever you want to hear on those, but sometimes they're fun to watch. When I first got divorced, I would watch more of those tarot ones, but I would watch the ones that would uplift you and give you advice. It was like free therapy in a way. It was weird. I would listen to some of those horoscopes, and it depends on who's doing the reading. A lot of them have like such positivity and such great advice that became kind of like my therapy. I don't know. Those affirmations, I guess they're called. And I'd be like, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, I do feel better. I can do it. Whatever works, right? Whatever works. And my daughter's age is easy to keep up with. Even at 80, she'll be 43. Oh yeah. You know what? I'm 81, but I'm gonna be 40 for a long time. Cora will be telling people, oh, she's 42. Oh, she's 40 something. I'm like, Cora, shh, just keep it at 40. I'll be 40 for, I don't know, another 5-10 years. Just tell people I'm 40. Okay, Cora? Or don't even bother telling them how old I am. Just say, oh, my mama's young. Oh, she's young. She had me young. Then once I hit maybe mid 50s, then I'll probably be like, oh, I'm 46. Oh yeah, I'm 46. You gotta keep it fun. Yeah. So you guys will hear me. You guys will hear me a lot in the videos. I'll be saying, yeah, I'm 40. Then you'll know why. But shh, don't tell nobody. Oh yeah, you know, once you get in your 40s, I'm 40. I'll be 40 for another 10 years, you guys, okay? You'll make yourself look 75, so I'll look younger. Yeah, you have to keep it fun, man. Yeah, sometimes. Oh no, I'm actually 55. Wow, you look good for 55. I know. It's a secret cosmetic that I use, but or some people actually tell you their actual age and they do look really good and really young. But no, I'm gonna stay 40 for a while. So every time you guys hear me say that, you'll you'll probably chuckle and like laugh a little bit, and you'll know what I mean when I say, "Oh, I'm 40." Oh, see, like right now, I just saw the time. I had 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, a bunch of ones and a bunch of twos. You wish you could sleep by your storage. If it's early enough, you could probably take a nap, but like at nighttime, I don't know. Is it a 24-hour storage? Might sneak in there. Some of them even have like the actual car parkings, vehicle parkings, or like you could store a trailer. Oh, they don't allow it. Yeah, and then there's some storages that are like super crowded. And you barely have enough room to park. Like there's only a handful of parking spots, and you have to like hurry up, load your stuff, unload your stuff, and keep it moving. But it even crossed my mind a long time ago, where I'm like, okay, well I can find a like car parking, and I know you're not supposed to live there, you're not supposed to sleep there, but if it's car parking, then I can just pull in there at night and sleep there. And then I can just leave whenever I want. That's crossed my mind. But whenever, like around these areas where it's a little bit harder to find a parking spot where you're not all kinds of suspicious. But in Cali, I had no problem finding parking. Not at all. Like people would park everywhere. It's like nobody would say anything. So I think, well, I stayed in like more major cities. So there was tons of apartments, tons of people parking there, a whole bunch of vans and cars, and I mean you can tell people were living in their vehicles. Nobody said anything, nobody cares. People are just constantly parking wherever they can because it's so busy. But out here, unless you're like in an actual apartment complex or like near a few apartment complexes, then you can't be too stealthy. Because like in these neighborhoods, people know whenever you park in front of their house, there's like one parking spot in front of your house, and you're like, "What the heck is that? Who's parked right there?" Hey, good morning. Let's see. Hotel parking is okay. Also, apartments don't have security. Yeah, a lot of apartments don't. Some of them are gated, and some of them I've noticed that you like have to register your car, your license plate. But there's a couple here that when we first came back, we would go between like Planet Fitness, but I can't sleep well in Planet Fitness. People are constantly, because it's a 24-hour one here, and you hear people drive up to go to the gym and their music is so loud, or just people like constantly in and out of there. And I'm a light sleeper, so I'm just like, ugh, I can't. I need to like sleep nice a few hours at least in a row without somebody waking me up. So that was hard. So I don't like to sleep in the Planet Fitness parking lot, but we did that a few times. But I did find a nice apartment complex here where Like, you know, it's all open and there's a bunch of apartment buildings and it's all the same complex, but like there's a whole bunch of them. And towards the back there's a ton of parking. So Cora and I would just pull in there with our minivans and we would sleep through the night. But one time though, we had to move in the middle of the night because I guess it was the weekend and there was two guys that were going at it and they were fighting. They were super close to where we were parked and we're like, oh God. So Cora texts me like, we need to move, we need to get out of here before the cops get called or before they start fighting and they like push against our vans or something. But like that's the closest thing that we've come to. And they were nearby, but they weren't like all up in our van or anything. But we decided to move and then we just ended up still moving within that complex. We just like went to the other side of the complex. But that's one of the ones here that we park or we've parked at and nobody says anything. Let me see. Hotel is where you got your punctured. Yeah. No, I never did the hotel thing because every time I've stayed in a hotel, they always want to know your vehicle, your plate, what color it is, blah blah blah. So I'm like, man, they have everything, and I'm not trying to get towed. I'm not trying to get a ticket. So Cora has done overnight at hotels, and she's been fine. But like for me, I'm like, I don't know. I don't really like the hotels just because in my head I get paranoid. Like they know who's staying here and who's just pulling up. So I get kind of paranoid with the hotels. You have a parking pass. I don't know, are you able to park? Well, I mean, you're going to retire soon, but I don't know if you're able to park where you work and just kind of stay overnight there. Oh, you have a pass with the security there? Oh, okay. They probably shut your bus station thing down. Okay. Because that would have been a good one too. You just park there, stay overnight, and you're ready to go in the morning. It's better for them. You're there. Yeah, you would think. That's how a lot of, well, I've come across, not a lot, I don't know, I'm always like so exaggerated and so animated. But I've seen where people will just park their RVs, and a lot of people will hire them because they're available, they're there pretty much 24/7, so they know they're gonna be there ready to work. They just let them park and then they go to work. Like it's convenient. Versus them calling in and oh I can't make it to work and your RV's parked right there. I know where you're at. Can you fill in? You know, so and so's not feeling good. Can you fill in for them? Sure. Like that would be, I don't know. I don't know what the biggest RV, maybe like a 19-foot RV. I don't even know how long my minivan is. I'm gonna have to measure that. I like measuring things with the measuring tape. I'm like a nerd like that. When I first started getting into tiny houses and before I went full time, I would measure everything. I would draw out on those little grid papers. I would draw like tiny houses and I would measure everything and I would just nerd out with everything. Like I would go in my house and okay, what's the size of this nightstand? Is it a 2x2? Can I do a 1x4? Can that be my kitchenette? And then I would just be like on my grid paper drawing my tiny houses, just completely nerding out on all that. And at first I was fascinated with the RVs, and then I found tiny homes, and then all I wanted was a tiny home. And then after that, I realized, okay, well, the tiny home is nice. You can still make it affordable and design it however you want, But then the huge dilemma was nobody was taking those tiny homes to be legal, and you couldn't park them really anywhere. And now it's gotten so popular where they've even made like tiny home type of RV parks, so they're more popular and more accepted. But at first, it wasn't. Like you have to go through the codes, and it was illegal, and you can't do this and you can't do that. I think a lot of them now are going like ridiculously crazy. Before it was just basically like a shed, and they would make it so simple and so affordable. And I think the most expensive thing was your actual trailer and your build, and everything inside was just like a bed, a simple kitchen, a simple bathroom. But now they've made it to in like tiny little mansion looking, and they're so beautiful, but they're just ridiculous, like buying a regular house. So I'm like, nope, no tiny homes. Let's see. But at the hotel, I thought I would be totally fine. Parking pass security. Huh. Yeah. Well, the security probably, I don't know. They didn't want to bother checking people either. Kind of like, yeah, hospital parking. Yeah, I thought about that too. Like, that would be probably less noticeable. But the main hospital here, I'll see a lot of officers parked there. And then I'm like, ooh, what if they see me? What if they see me park here? Super chicken, huh? But yeah, that would be one that, I mean, you have to pick a few different spots. That's the only thing. You have to pick a few different spots, that way you're not constantly being there every night after night after night, and then people are like, oh no, she stays here. Oh, I've seen that one parked there. So you can't be too obvious, so you have to rotate. Let's see. OMG. I was by the hospital when the guy jumped. Oh my gosh. Cindy. Oh Lord. Yeah, I remember like you were so excited to move into your van full time, and then like one thing after another. I'm like, oh Lord, Cindy, you're having quite a time. Jeez. Yeah, I remember that video. Oh, that's scary. That's so scary. But yeah, that homeless person probably went through every car trying to open and open and open each door, and then there was this lovely, lovely van just boom pops open. Oh. I have all the luck, right? Yes. Yeah. You're just getting or going through it all, and then like, okay, that's it. After that, it should be peaches and cream. You're like, yeah, I'm not worried about that anymore. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. Whatever. I'm gonna still sip on my coffee. Like this last video, oh my god, Cindy, you spilled your coffee. Like you're a little paranoid right now, so I get it. But you're trying to take off with your car, and then you don't even have like an actual like cup where you have the lid, so if it spills, it just barely drips, and all the whole thing just went whoosh. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, you're having quite the time, Cindy. Oh my god. Once you actually go in the middle of nowhere or somewhere where you can just relax and de-stress for a while, I think you're gonna like feel a huge difference. You're gonna just be like, the quiet. Maybe some kind of the BLM land or something more towards like how they do the court side or something. I haven't been there. I want to go there one of these years. Hopefully I can go there. But just have more like just quiet, where all you're gonna hear is just nature and quiet, like de-stress for a while. But the only thing with that, I would assume, is once you're like in like nice nature quiet, and then you go back to the big city life, you just can't do it anymore. You're like, oh my God, this is too much. It's too much. That's how I felt. Like it was super hustle and bustle, traffic, bumper to bumper everywhere. And it would take you forever to go from like one point to another in these big old cities. And then I come back here and it's a good sized city, but it's like traffic. Traffic is a few cars behind each other. Like that's it. I'm like, ooh, I like this. I can actually, like when your GPS says 5 miles away, it's actually like 5 minutes. And then in like LA, San Diego, it says 5 miles away, you're looking at 45 minutes. I'm like, what the freak? And it literally takes you that long to get anywhere. That, I can go the rest of my life without having to worry about that. And I would be okay. Dang, my nose is so runny. These allergies are crazy. But I'm surprised I don't have it any worse. Like this house is pretty insulated, pretty good. And that other little house, oof, forget it. I would be freezing cold or roasting hot. My allergies, like I felt like my eyes would just be on fire. It's the same thing almost as being outside, but this one is really nice. I even thought of, you guys, like to cut down on my electric bill. Like sometimes I just go crazy. I'm like, ooh, what can I do? What should I do? And go to the extreme. Like I put this curtain here. That right there to separate, it goes into the living room. And so I blocked off the huge living room and then I closed off the bedroom doors. So that little heater right here, that's plenty. Like one heater is basically heating up the kitchen, and I have the bathroom door open so it like gets a little bit of the heat. Well, I'm like, I could totally live in the kitchen. Oh my God. Tell me you have issues without telling me you have issues. You daydream about setting up a bed in the kitchen. Oh my God. Are you guys as crazy as me, or am I the crazy one? Because like I could totally be like, okay, where the table is, I can even like scoot it this way and I could totally put a bed right there. And that's it. Like this would be my tiny little house. I don't have to heat and cool anywhere else. And girl, that just goes through. That just goes through my head. First world problems when you have too much time on your hands. You start like daydreaming about everything. I know, right? I can do whatever. Like possibilities are endless. I tell myself all this, like the positive affirmations, right? So I'm just like, yeah, like I have so many options. I think when you have too many options, it stops you like having no options. It's like too much to think about. But I could totally do it. Just do an experiment. You know what? It might be even fun on YouTube just to do like a video of that. How can I live? I live in like a 1/10 of my house, experimenting how they're like 24 hours living in my kitchen. You know what? It kind of irritates me when they're like 24 hours living in my car, 24 hours, you know, living blah, blah, blah. I'm like, 24 hours is nothing. Anybody could do 24 hours. Try a month, try a week even. So I might do that. That's a good idea. It just popped in my head. I'm like, I might do that. Put my bed over here next to my kitchen. I mean, next to my table. Wouldn't that be crazy? Let's see. Persia, hi. Let's see, you could put that one magnet in the kitchen. I really could. You had a 680 square foot and only lived in half. Yes, exactly. That's all I do. At night, I go to my bedroom. I don't go to my bedroom all day long until it's time to go to bed. I'm usually in the kitchen and in the living room and of course the bathroom. Like those are the 3 rooms that I would typically use during the day. And at night, just my bedroom. I could totally do it. Ooh, challenge accepted, you guys. I'm challenging myself to live in my kitchen. I'm so doing it. I'm officially telling you, I'm about to move into my kitchen, you guys. Stay tuned for that, right? Oh my God, 24 hours. Oh, Cindy. You know what? 24 hours in the restroom. Let me try the kitchen first, okay? 24 hours in my bathtub. Oh Lord, that's extreme. Oh, and you know what else? Do it as a live. Okay, that's going way extra above what I want to do, but 24 hours live, living in my kitchen. Oh my God. Would you guys watch that? That is ridiculous. That is so ridiculous, but I'm like, ooh, I can probably do that. Then you guys will see how boring it really is to be here. To be me. I can entertain you guys and talk to you for a little bit, but like 24 hours, you guys are just going to see me like this. Because I'll put my TV right on top of my freezer and I'll just be like looking at my TV, looking at my phone, looking at the TV, listening to music, cooking. Like, oh my God. Oh Lord. Let's see. We had 4 plugs. Oh, and the dog is 600. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like this house is actually 680 square foot. So yeah, it's totally doable for sure. And like you, I use like half of it, if that. With a tent. I would just put my cot or bring my actual bed here. The one I use for in the van, I would just put it right there, like along that way. And just scoot the table over, like that's it. That's all I would do. Super minimal, right? Let's see, 24 hours in my bathtub as a minimalist. And then tag somebody that is willing to accept the challenge to do it with me. Oh my gosh, the things we do for entertainment purposes only, right? I have to have a disclaimer. Oh my God. I need some water. Oh my gosh, you guys. That is too funny. That is too funny. But camp in the backyard. See, I would, but right now with these allergies, I'm gonna feel like my eyes are burning. And I actually would probably prefer to be inside the house where I have like my actual kitchen and bathroom and stuff. Otherwise, oh Lord, I would have all the stuff that's inside my my shit hit the fan. I would move it outside and put it inside a tent, right? Let me start small. Let me start small, girl. In my kitchen. Oh gosh. Oh, that would be so much fun to watch. 24 hours in my kitchen. Oh gosh. Oh, man. Oh, I'll have to announce it and see, or just make a video. How long can I do it? 24 hours? But if I do like a 24-hour thing, I would be tempted to just do the live or check in, do a few lives during the day and kind of check in and let you guys know how it's going. Maybe that's probably what I would do. Or just post a few videos, a few shorts, kind of updating, but I'll be moving into my kitchen, you guys, until further notice. Oh my gosh. Backyard camping. No, no, I don't have a radio. Um, I just use my phone. I go on iHeartRadio. That's what I have. Or now on like the Roku TV, I can do the radio channels on there too. That's pretty cool. They have a lot of the iHeartRadio channels on there. I do that too. But mostly it's my phone. I do just about everything with my phone. But I remember those big old clock radios and yeah. It's just my phone. I even had a teeny little bitty TV that you can do like with the battery, or you can plug it in even into like a car, a cigarette lighter. It was those little teeny little TVs with the antennas. I had that when I was probably in my teens. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. All them gadgets. So I love gadgets since then. And I even had one of those red lip phones, like super, almost heart shaped, but the red lips and like, yeah, I had some. I had one of those too. I even had one of those big old chunky desktops. I was probably in like middle school, high school, whenever like the internet first started coming out, the DSL, the landlines. But we didn't have internet at the house. It was just a computer. And one of my uncles worked with computers. I don't know if he like designed programs or did something with computers. I don't know. But he set it up where I had a few games on there, so I thought it was cool. I learned how to use the actual keyboard where all the letters were. You could play some games on it, but it was not actually hooked up to like the internet. So when the internet first started, I got the email and I thought it was so cool. I had an email. I was like, yeah, I have an email. So back in the 90s, you guys. Oh my god. Yeah. That's when I would go to the library and I would check my email. Ain't nobody had my email. I would check my email. Nobody had my email. I don't remember giving my email out to anybody, but yeah, I have my email. Oh gosh. You guys make me remember all kinds of stuff. I remember my first cell phone was like 2001, 2002 was my first actual cell phone. I think it was a Nokia. So it was just basically one of those slim, tall ones, and that's what I had. And then I don't know if I had one of them flip phones, maybe, maybe not. Then it got popular where you can text, so then they started making more of like the Android ones. But the things that we experience, you guys, is crazy. Technology, right? Everybody wanted a razor. Is that, I don't know if that's the one. My sister, she had, I don't know if it was like a kick, something kick, sidekick or something, or a razor. There was one that kind of like popped open or flipped open or something. She had that. I remember her having that, and she would be like texting like there was no tomorrow. Just I was like, holy cow, how do you do that? She's 10 years younger than I am, so she will be forever 30, and I will be forever 40, right? So Yeah, I remember I would come back and visit my mom, and she was still young. She was like in her teenage years, and I would see her like have some kind of like thing that would flip, and then the screen would pop up, and then she would just be like going to town, texting everything, everybody, everywhere. And that's back when you had like limited amount of text, only like a certain amount of text per month. And she went past that 1 month, and oh man, the huge bill that they got, it was crazy. I don't remember. I think they were on one of my older brother's plans, and he got like a $500 phone bill. Yeah, back when it was not unlimited talk and text, or even when you had the roaming back in the day, right? It seemed like everywhere we moved, I would switch phone numbers and switch cell phone companies, because it wasn't like now where you can go wherever you wanted and keep the same number. You would get roaming charges and all kinds of stuff, and now it doesn't matter. You can go anywhere, and most of them unlimited talks, unlimited text, unlimited data, no roaming fees, nothing. Like it's come a long ways. But I still switch. I still switch my number, and I still switch my plan. I just look for the best deal. Like I'm not loyal to any cell phone company. I don't really care. Whatever gives me the best deal, the best product, that's what I'm going with. All right, you guys. I will for sure let you guys go because I need to use the restroom. Like the coffee and the water, I have to go potty. If I go to Dallas, I can meet your son. Yeah, that would be cool. I don't go to Dallas very often though. So if I do, for sure. Otherwise, Cora's the one that usually comes over here and sees me. Especially like whenever it's the seasonal allergies, I try to stay away from there because I get it really bad. As soon as I cross into Texas, all that green and lusciousness, like my eyes just hurt. But all right, you guys, thank you so much, and I will chat with you next Sunday. And thanks again, Cindy, for the donation, the super chat. Thank you so much. And thanks, Ileana. I definitely enjoyed the chicken. Bye, you guys. Yeah, open up your storage unit and act like you're like loading and unloading a little piece of something. Am I concerned about living alone? No, not at all. Not at all. I actually live in a nice neighborhood, you guys. And people like walk by all the time, and you get to know your neighbors kind of sort of. I'm not buddy buddy with them, but they've introduced themselves, and we wave and everything, so we just kind of keep an eye on each other. But like as far as me living alone, no, I don't get scared. I don't have that feeling like, oh, somebody's gonna come get me. I just, just be aware of your surroundings. I lock my door. Um, I mean, people will like obviously see you're living by yourself, or there's not a lot of people that go in and out. But like, no, I'm not worried about it. I got the big man upstairs constantly watching over me, so I'm cool. But that's a good question, though. I know a lot of people are scared, but I'm not. I'm not. If I ever have a feeling like kind of eerie feeling, then there's something, right? Yeah, I do lock my door. Rub it in. You know what, Cindy? There's been maybe once or twice where I thought I pressed the lock when I was living in the van, and I might have not pressed the lock, but the unlock. So you're not alone, girl. You are not alone. I just didn't have crazy trying to break in. And then I had Cora park either in front of me or behind me. So we're like we were just together, just like parked, one behind the other. But If, you know, something happened to me, then she would be right there. If something happened with her, then, you know, I'd be right there. We kind of look out for each other. But yeah, yeah. Don't feel alone, because I believe I have done that too. But just I would be better with a dog, maybe, but I still want to feel like I can just go to work and stay for however long I need to, or take a trip and not have to worry about extra accommodations and having to worry about, like, oh, my dog's just in the house or in the yard for a ton of hours of the day. I just rather not. At least not right now. It probably is different if I was like in my van, if I was making like an actual full-time living, um, off of like YouTube or something more of like a digital nomad. If I could get to the point where I could make a full living like that, then I would probably be more happy to get a little dog, a little teeny dog, because I like them. They're so cute. But like right now, I'm not to the point where I think I need to get a dog, because I think I would be outside the house for way too many hours, and I don't want to keep them cooped up in here or leave them outside, because it just gets nasty outside too. So for right now, I probably won't. But later on, who knows? Later on, I would. Like Olive. Oh, she stole my heart. She's so cute, and those little buggy eyes. Oh, I love that girl. I miss her. But yeah, maybe in the future, but right now, no. I'll just stay by myself. Cause like July, I plan on going to Cali for my niece's baptism. She's about 6 months right now, and I could just pick up and go and not have to worry about it. Like if I had a dog, I could take them with me, but and they're cool. They have dogs too, so it wouldn't be a problem. But some people don't want dogs in their house, even when you're like family, you want to visit. They don't have animals. They don't want animals. So I mean that's kind of restrictive. And then in Cali, you guys know how crazy they are about the animals staying in vehicles, even if you have the windows cracked, and sometimes even if you have the AC going or whatnot. Like it gets a little hot, and then people get crazy and they want to break your windows and report you and call the cops, animal control. So I'm like, right now, I don't want to deal with that. So I'm gonna just stay just me right now. So yeah, but that's good. It would keep me company, but right now, I think I'll just be by myself right now. Be more like, um, I don't have to worry about an extra person or an extra puppy, and I can just come and go if I want to. So yeah, for now, even though I think that they are so cute, so adorable, they're like super loving. Like in the future, for sure, I would say one, but I have to have two, because if I do end up going to work or having to do something, a doctor appointment, whatever, they keep each other company. But because being just left, I think they get a lot of anxiety unless they're used to you going in and out of the vehicle a lot, or in and out of your house a lot, and they're left inside the house or inside the car. Yeah, I think I have to have two, just for them. But yeah, and more spending for sure, because they get costly, and then you want to spoil them, right? Like they're your fur babies. You want to buy them all kinds of stuff too and dress them up. Oh my god, you guys! I've seen these shorts on YouTube where the cutest little pug. Oh lord, I can't remember what the name of the channel is, but the lady dresses her little pug up to look just like the lady, and she has the cutest big little eyes that look at you like, oh. I love looking at those. Oh my god, they're so adorable. But yeah, for right now, no. I'm just gonna stick to me, myself, and I for now. But all right, you guys, I need to go use the potty before. Never mind. It's TMI. All right. Thanks so much, you guys. I will talk to you next Sunday, and I will be posting videos daily for as long as I can. And then I will be talking more about, do I have a Ring doorbell? No, actually, I don't. I don't have anything like that. I keep my doors locked. And sometimes, if I know I'm expecting somebody or expecting mail, then I'll keep an eye out. But other than that, I don't even answer my door. I'm like, people want to knock, soliciting and all that. I act like I'm not here, even though they can hear my TV going. I don't even open my door, you guys. So I don't even deal with that. But anyhow, thanks so much. And I will be sharing more about my 24-hour plus living in the kitchen. Bye, guys.